Fortunately for me, my mom wasn't an educated individual, so she didn't tell me about the facts of economic life. Later on, when I began to read nonfiction after high school, after college, and I learned about the economic facts of life and the impact of Thomas Malthusian thinking on economic belief worldwide, it didn't do much to quash this thought that's responsible for Dream Yet Complete. That all emerged from this 8-year-old's question. I grew up in the middle of an apple orchard. There were no other kids around. I spent my days, after school up in apple trees thinking about things. I know, weird little kid. That kind of explains things, doesn't it? And that's why I feel the way I do about grades. And that's why I don't really like school. I think we do a lot of things wrong. So in a way, I still have that naivete. And if you don't know what that means, right-click on it. It comes off as an insult most of the time. I consider it something wondrous. But I regress. Now, back to the task at hand and my disdain for normal school. You guys, I have tried to make it clear to you that we are working towards things we can sell at Design Cuts or Creative Market, shops like that. The digital asset market is well established. And yeah, I want you to push the parameters, but no, I don't want you to liquefy heads or change the color of cars. These are not things we can resell. You need to figure out a way to actually follow the instructions. Week 19, I had you research. Look at all this stuff. And then week 20, I had you pick a direction, find something you want to work on to start out with. And week 21, yesterday, we had, besides the daily, we had going pro 102 and your DPE. And yet I watched some of you go through the motions of watching the daily and then getting back into what you were doing without understanding that I reinforced that thought that we're working on creating digital assets we can sell in this marketplace. So I want you to understand, you need to follow the instruction. You need to check out that DP because you're also supposed to be saving and updating as you go every day. What? We didn't do that before. We didn't do a lot of things before that we're doing now. So I need you to understand, if you want to break away from school, normal school, you need to play along. There are certain boundaries that I have to follow and you have to follow. I push those boundaries. I want you to push mine too, with the understanding that what you're creating can be resold. Get it? Because eventually you're going to have your own shop. Play your cards right. You have a sub today and Thursday. If the sub tells me you misbehaved, that you didn't work, that you goofed off, that you played music out loud, that you did anything like that, all your gold's stripped, your grade's going down, and you're going to get 3 damage. So don't mess around, okay? When I'm not here, you are a better student than when I'm there, if that's possible. Such naivete that I would believe such a thing, right? Yeah, well, count on losing your gold and getting the damage if you want to test that theory. Have some fun today. Follow the instructions. And if you haven't already, you better check out Going Pro 102 and the Week 21 DPE because things have changed. Get it? All right. Glad we came to that understanding.